Hello guys and welcome to another video of mine. Today we're going to talk about the toxic Somali community and how toxic it is for our culture and for our people. Now, with my sister, we're going to start with my other sister. I did a video on my younger sister on the last video. That was when she was getting an arranged marriage and she was getting married off to this foreign abdi because getting married off to a foreign abdi in a different country because she chose to marry a, how do I say, she tried to date a white guy. Now, with the situation with my other sister, basically what happened was she was the model girl. She was the model daughter, the model daughter. She was always making sure that her education was perfect, and she was always, the model child. Like that's how Somali parents want you to be. They want you to be religious. They want you to be perfect in school, get a doctor's education, get medicine, work as a doctor, study medicine, and all this other stuff, right? So they want the best for their child. But the thing is, later on, my sister started to rebel because you can only keep the pretense for up for so long. You can only, how do I say it? You can only keep the pretense up for a number of years until you snap, because you're not gonna be able to continue being fake and continue doing what your parents want you to do and secretly doing whatever the fuck you want to do. Like Somali girls are very, how do I say it? They are very opinionated and they will definitely rebel more often than the guys will rebel. Now, with my sister, what happened was she started, getting attracted to Jareer guys, and my mom and my dad slowly started to getting hip to that. And what happened was, one day she was at work and she started talking to this guy, and my other sister, I have three sisters in total. My other sister, she saw her talking to this guy, and then she later peeped that that was her boyfriend, and then all hell broke loose, and my parents found out, and then they started to punish my sister. Let's call it Amina. My sister Amina was the one that was being very rebellious in nature, wanting to do things different than the status quo, trying to do things differently, and all that other spiel, right? So what ended up happening was she got her license taken away from her. Like they fucking beat her up and made sure that she was stuck in like a little room and she wasn't allowed to leave that room. They would bring her the food, and her phone was taken away from her so that she couldn't talk to that guy that she was seeing, that was Jareer. And Jareer is a negative connotation for a black person. So like an African person, Somali people, they call them Jareer, and that's like a negative connotation. It's similar to the N word, but it's in Somali, right? So a Jareer guy is typically a Jamaican person or anyone that's not Somali but has West African features, like bigger nose, nappy hair. But a lot of Somali people actually do have nappy hair also, but the thing about that is we just try to ignore that, and we call them Buntus as well, and they are very they get oppressed in the Somali country. Like the Buntus are like they get oppressed because they're West African origin. It's just how it is. The tribe is all that matters over there. But anyways, what happened with my sister was she was getting her phone taken away from her. She was stuck in her bedroom, not allowed to leave. She wasn't allowed to go see him. They made her sit in like she was caged up, dude. Like they kept physically abusing her, mentally abusing her, like throwing, like just saying crazy stuff, and apparently she was gonna get like, how do you, like, disowned. She was gonna get fucking disowned by my parents, dude. And Oh yes, and the guy that my sister married, he was starting to like act like a father figure towards her because Abba's my dad, Abba isn't even in that country. So then Abdullahi, the guy that married Safia, which was my other sister, he started saying, "Oh, you need to be taught a lesson. Nin ma haystid, so ana ku barayo. Waxaa loo baahan yahay inaan ku baro." That's seriously what the guy was saying. And translation for this non-Somali speakers, I am going to teach you a lesson that your father should have told you. Since your father's not there, I'm going to teach you a lesson and I'm going to make you conform to what I believe is the right thing to do. And all this time, with that, while this is happening, I mean, I'm not in the country. I'm in a different country. I'm in the Netherlands, and I'm on a different path. I'm on the path that my parents took me on. They are the ones that sent me to a different country because they felt I was rebelling too. But I wasn't sent to Somalia. I was sent to the Netherlands to live with my father, and they thought that I was rebelling, even though I wasn't. Maybe they thought that I was gonna end up doing some crazy shit, but I don't know. That really wasn't on my mind. But yeah, the outcry and the craziness that surrounded this with my sister, and there's another thing. The main thing that Somali families care about is their so-called reputation because they feel that if the rest of the community knows what happens, and the rest of they're going to be shamed, and people are going to look at them differently. They won't be able to show their face outside. They won't be able to have the same level of like relationships that they've had before with other people. People are gonna Somali community is gonna look down on them and shame. Like they call it ape, ape. Like ceeb aan ugu dhacayso waxaa dad kasta ceeb dad kasta waxaynoo fiirinayaan anaga dad oo ajnabi jeclo iyo bakti iyo qurun jeclo iyo waxaas camal like dude I mean there's no need for a translation there it's really not that necessary and yeah man like it's insane dude really like dude, dude. Just imagine dude your daughter is with a black dude, but aren't Somali people black as well because we're from Africa? So why would you be mad that your daughter is with a yeah, but like it's because she's not marrying within your own culture. She's not marrying within the Somali culture. But the thing is, the culture of Somalia is just so backwards. We have 30 years of civil war, tribal warfare, why do you think I'm here in the West? In the West, why do you think a lot of Somalis are in the West? Millions of Somali people are in the West, countries like Canada, America, Europe, even Asia. The majority are in Europe and America, not in Asia, but a lot of them go to South Africa. A lot of them go to Kenya, Ethiopia. We're all over the place. And why do you think we've done that? Because of civil war and the fact that the older generation has failed us. But with my sister, what ended up happening was they took her car keys also. Basically, they took everything away from her that was going to enable her to meet up with this new boyfriend, or this new suitor, or whatever the fuck. And they tried to take that away from her. And they did. They took everything, every contact away from her with the outside world, every way of transportation with the outside world. They told her to sit inside this room and read the Quran and just pray, and maybe we'll find a husband for you. They're trying to find a husband for her. This all happened like a couple years ago in February, December, somewhere around that area, December to February. Yeah, man, it was insane, dude. Like, this is all family drama and all bullshit. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you guys think, and I'm out. Peace.